Let's solve part B now. So at what level of the tax is the tax revenue equal to 800 euros? Okay, so we have a unit tax on gasoline, right? We want the total tax revenue to be equal to 800 euros. How does that look like? Well, let's see. What would be the tax revenue over here? Well, the tax revenue would be equal to the unit tax per gasoline. So for the consumption of gasoline of every individual, and we have 100 individuals in total, so we must multiply this with 100 as well. Now, what do we need? We need to substitute here the tax revenue that we're looking for, and we need to know what's going to be the quantity consumed by every individual. And the quantity consumed by every individual depends on the price. We have this function over here. This is the quantity consumed by every individual, but what happens now is that the price of the gasoline increases by the tax. So our new price that we're going to use is going to be equal to 4 euros plus the tax. Now, with that said, we can calculate the quantity that the individual is going to consume. So the quantity would be equal to 16 minus 2 times the new price, and the new price is 4 plus t. Let's solve the math over here to open the brackets and see what we get. So we would have the quantity of the individual, that's 16 minus 2 times 4, that's 8, and 2 times t, that's minus 2t. 16 minus 8 would be equal to 8. So the quantity would be equal to 8 minus 2t. That is for the individual. Now let's substitute this into our expression. We would have the tax revenue that we want to make it 800, so that would be 800 equals to the tax. That's what we're looking for. We want to know what tax is going to make us 800 euros, times the quantity of the individual, which is 8 minus 2t, so 8 minus 2t multiplied with 100, multiplied with 100 over here. Now 800 and 100, they cancel out, so let's make the math simple. 800 and 100, we're left with 8, and let's open the brackets to see how we're going to solve this. We would have the following. We would have 8 equals to t times 8, that's 8t, minus, like that, minus 2t times t, that's minus 2t squared. Okay, we got that. Let me see if the math is right. Yes, it's right. Let's take everything on one side. So let's take this one over there and this one over there as well. We will have 2t squared minus 8t plus 8 equals to 0. Now, because it's an equation, we can divide both sides by 2, right? We can divide both sides by 2 to make it a bit more simple. It's going to be a simple quadratic equation. So let me show it that we're dividing both sides by 2. T squared minus 8 by 2 is 4, plus 8 by 2 is 4 again, equals to 0. Now, how can we solve this? Well, let's use our shortcut for that. We have t and t, two numbers that when we multiply is going to give us 4, and when we add is going to give us minus 4. Well, that's going to be minus 2 and minus 2. So t minus 2 times t minus 2 equals to 0. This is just another way of writing the equation. T minus 2 and t minus 2 equals to 0. Now when we solve it, we know that t would be equal to 2. That's the only possible solution. So the tax equals to 2 would make the tax revenue equals to 800 euros. And I think over here they also say, show that tax equals to 2 euros. We showed it. We're done here. Next video, part C.